Creditors of failed Icelandic banks may get little or nothing back from their investments. According to the country's finance minister, still, Iceland is keen to move on from its crisis and hopes joining the EU will bring back some stability. Bloomberg's Louise Beale has this report.
When their banks collapsed, Iceland's Prime Minister told his country to go fishing. He said they were far too small a nation to sustain a big banking system and should instead rely on the ocean. Nearly 2 years on, and those affected by the Icelandic bank collapse are still waiting to get their money back. The fight for compensation launched by the governments of Britain and the Netherlands goes on. Now the Icelandic government is saying some foreign investors will be luckier than others.
It will vary quite a lot between the individual banks and smaller financial institutions. The general claimants in the Landsbanki are not likely to get much, if anything. But in the other banks, the situation is better and they will get some return.
When Iceland's three largest lenders collapsed in 2008, creditors were left trying to recoup $100 billion. The country had to resort to a loan of nearly $5 billion from a group led by the IMF. And the currency plunged by as much as 80% against the euro. Capital controls introduced at the end of 2008 to protect the krona might be needed for at least another year.
What is important is not maybe exactly what time, but how and how successful we will be in lifting the controls in steps, and that we are able to do that without any destabilization. And that is what we are preparing for.
Stability will be the key to help Iceland's upcoming bid to enter the European Union. And it will also give a much-needed boost to the morale of the Icelandic people themselves. Louise Beale, Bloomberg.